So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Everyone, 37's the mic. Mic 37. Watch. Go ahead.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Luck. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Motion.
3rd and long, it's Luck. Looking deep for Hilton. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Luck to Hilton on the hook up there. 47 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 1st down, Luck. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Luck. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 41. Mike 41.
Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 27 yards there, a first down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Come on.
A shotgun snap for Watson. The quick slant caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads. And
Lamar Miller, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Check out. Check. Crunch. 36. No. Off. We got it.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
11. 8. Hey, orbit.
From the gun, here's Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Third and long.
Luck in the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Luck. Well, he's going to go for it all. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? 25, check 25, check 25. Check 50, check 50. Switch, switch. And 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic. Check right, check right. 58, right over there.
Now the 3rd year back out of Texas, Deontay Foreman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Right there in the middle, 55. Watch the run. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Here we go, D. Now we go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you. Hey, 24. Check safety, check safety. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Our 2nd and goal. Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Hey, Zoo! Mexico! 55! Mike, 55! 12.
After the interception, it's Love. Looking deep for Hilton. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 37 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Luck now to throw. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Darius Leonard, last year's leading tackler as a rookie in the NFL, in on the stop.
33-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone. 26. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. So don't say nothing. Switch. Hey, 54. Time to go.
Watson with a give to Miller. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This is it. You're 18. 55, Mike. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. Time to go. Let's keep moving. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, I'm coming. Mike 55. Mike.
On third down, Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Carter. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Watson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
He's checking crap.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play it. 41's to Mike. 41. 31. Yeah, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Look, small. 41's Mike. Watch QB drop.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Check 41.
Watson to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Come on, now. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Hey, Delta. 55. Hey, check back.
To throw again on 2nd down. Luck looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Mike, 55. Check 55. Hey, Charlie. 6 man. Check.
On 1st and 10, Locke throwing the out route incomplete. It's Rodgers. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. Locke. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Everyone, 30.
Luck throwing again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it at the 15. Luck to Hilton on the hook up there. And even 40 yards. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now. They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages. You know, what are we going to do? Put a man on him. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. So they elect to decline it. And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for. Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in. And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week. Excellent focus.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Hey, check right, check right. Watching your guard. Hey, alert. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson, he's going to sling this deep down. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans push further out in front. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award. Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey? Yeah, give him a thigh, or the whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland. Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make. They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check three. Plug. Motion. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
The final shot before the break. Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught at the 25. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. That's really, really difficult.
And the pressure gets to him again. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Luck in the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Here's Luck. Looking deep for Hilton. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Alert. Motion. Open the court.
Again, it's Foreman. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Again, the first man through, Gillespie, the fullback. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's the pickup you want on 1st down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on 1st down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Check 19. Check 55 to mine. Now watch run.
From the 41, Watson to the right side, complete to Miller. Lamar Miller, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 41 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Now Love. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that will get him one closer. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23. Yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks. And they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
At the 27-yard line.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. You run. Hey, 41's mic. 41's.
From the 27, Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Watson now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it will wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
41's the mic. Target.
3rd and long. It's Watson looking downfield for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. Luck on first down. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. A shotgun snap for Luck. Being chased out left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
Back to the air, Luck on second down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney merciless in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, check. Mike 37. Let's go.
Third and long. It's Luck. They'll let this go for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And they... do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Andrew Luck, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago when he was comeback player of the year, and he needs another one right now if he wants a Colts victory. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Again, it'll be Mack. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll go again here with Mack. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Marlon Mack with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Lamar Miller, and an alley to run. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 65 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things in.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
55, right there in the middle, 55. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Here's the backup, Jacoby Brissett. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
His pass complete to Eric Ebron.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Yeah. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike.
Third and short yardage, Brissett throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rodgers. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
55 Mike, 55. Let's go, D. 22, check. Go, 22, check.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
I got it. Mike, 5-5.
Throwing again is Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
11 Z. Hey, I-7.
Again, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
He's not going to get me. Claw.
Colts going on 4th. It's Love. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. On first down, it's Miller. Miller with a first down and more. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. 22 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. Now a hit and lost the football. It's out. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
They can't hang with us.
Back to throw, Love. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Luck in the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Love. He's going to let it fly. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Go!
On 4th down, Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
56, 19. Okay, double up.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now it's Watson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield. That's Miller. 2nd and goal.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Man, I got you. 58, boys, 58.
Again, it's Watson. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Texans, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.